Hello and welcome. I'm Jenny Hall. Thanks for joining me for another card making tutorial. Today I am stamping with We Must Celebrate stamp set. I did create a video a few days ago of a scrapbook page using the same stamp set. Today I am going to model how versatile it is by using it to do some watercoloring. I'm stamping with regular stamp pads, that would be the dye ink stamp pads from Stampin' Up, and I've stamped it into a brown color on watercolor paper. When using the aqua painter and the tip touches the stamped lines, it's going to bring some of the color out and spread it into my image. An alternative would be to stamp in waterproof ink if I didn't want the image to kind of move around and move that ink. However, I'm using the brown stamped image to my advantage. I want to get a soft watercolor look for these little animals, and being able to pull from the ink that is already on the paper is an old hat trick of artists for years and years. All of the animals look a little bit different, so I'm adding different amounts of the gray or the brown to the already stamped brown lines to get some unique color combinations. This little squirrel is a little bit brown and a little bit gray, and I'm not really sure that I ever settled exactly on what color he should be. Instead, I decided to kind of go with the flow and see how the colors changed. My method for doing this kind of coloring is to add color in very small amounts to the tip of the brush, and that way I can always add more if it needs. Doing more stamping and activating with the tip of the water painter, then I'm adding a grounding area for the images. I've used a very bright ink, which is, I believe, Emerald Envy, and I'm activating it, and then now I'm doing little upward flick marks to spread that ink up and make it look like it's grass, but have it be a very backgroundish kind of grass. I'm not very happy with how bright the green is in contrast to the animals, because the animals have a very soft watercolory look, and that green is just not doing it for me. So I thought about this piece of ribbon that is from the Occasions catalog. It's Lemon Lime Twist, and it looks to me like grass. And you know, it doesn't look half bad when paired with all of these colors. I think that it kind of softens things up a bit, transitions from the animal colors down into the brown cardstock. In order to help out transitioning that brown, I've got a long piece of linen thread, which is one of my favorite accessories for card making, and I'm just wrapping it around the panel twice and adding a very simple bow. Nothing fancy, but it helps. It really does. The sentiment is made in the same brown ink, and it's a tone-on-tone look. That way you can see the sentiment, but it's not distracting from the images that are on the card. Having these animals sit on a little green surface is all and well, but there needs to be a little bit more something design breakup going on. So I've got these adhesive backed Tutti Frutti sequins, and they're in a very soft color. So I've used some of the green, the yellow green, and the blue sequins in order to kind of appear like maybe some happiness spreading around. Needing to finish off the watercoloring, I saved the black for last, just in case I were to get anything spread out anywhere. The way I use black watercoloring is to take the ink refill for the Memento Tuxedo Black, which is a dye-based black ink, and I am touching the tip of the water painter into the cap. So just the teeniest bit of black will go a very long way. To enhance some of the areas that have been colored and bring them out a little more strongly, such as the eyes and the whiskers, I've used the black journaling pen. Now I'm going to go in and add some pink cheeks and some pink ears to all of the animals to help bring that whimsical look. I don't want the pink to be isolated only to the ears and the cheeks, and so I've added a little bit of pink to the belly area of some of the animals as well. So the rabbit has a little bit of a pink belly, and so does that squirrel, which didn't really turn out very much gray. He's a little bit more brown, and I'm okay with that. This is a really fun card, and when I was creating it, I had a couple of friends in mind that we're a pretty tight group, and tell you what, the stamping community is a blessing because I've met the most wonderful people through the stamping community. Stampin' Up is an awesome family. If you are ever looking to join and you do not have a team leader, I would welcome you on my team of stampers. Just go to my blog, jennystampsup.com, and click on Join My Team. It's just that easy. Thank you so much for joining me for this tutorial. All of the products are available today in my online store, and I really appreciate your purchase. I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching the video. Have a good day!